Well, still missing.
We got quorum. We're good. Oh, look who's there. It's Cheryl. Up front and center. I was like, oh. I was like, when did she get here? We're telling secrets too. I have a bag for those.
It was my fault that Erin didn't get to go leave when she wanted to, so I'll take the hit on this one.
Okay. Well, see you. Thank you so much for listening.
Alrighty. We need to call the vote, please, for attendance. I'm sorry, attendance. Roll call.
DeBono? Shu?
Yes.
Thurman?
Yes.
Trahell?
Here.
Ogletree? Yes. Williamson?
Here.
Griego?
Here. Item number 1, consideration of lodging tax advisory board funding request in an amount of $5,000 to the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Mr. Trujillo, are you involved in that?
I'm just volunteer.
Okay, all right, just want to make it, all right.
Thank you, Mayor and members of council. As you may or may not know, we still do not have a seated lodging tax advisory board. We only have, actually, I think we only have one person left because the other one term timed out, and so we're still waiting on that. But we've had several requests come through. So based on the strategic plan, we have a lodging tax committee. That's formed of the city manager, the finance director, the tourism manager, and the liaison to the board. So this request came through, and so we sat down and kind of went through the criteria that's been sent out by the advisory board and graded the application. The application request was for $7,000. As we graded it, we found that they didn't really have a media plan or marketing plan laid out, which is one of the bigger requirements, and also no indication that they were extending beyond the 50-mile radius for advertising. I don't know, they probably do, but there was nothing in the plan. So the board came up with a partial funding of $5,000, and with that, I'll take any questions and see if I can answer anything.
Go ahead.
Want to go ahead, anybody else, but
I have a question, if I may. Right?
Okay.
Mr. Valentine, do you know, what, just hypothetically, let's say it passes and we fund it, would they be informed of specifically why they didn't get the whole amount?
We could, yes.
Because, I mean, my hope would be, I think it's a great event,
Yeah.
but my hope would be that they see that the bridge that would give them the full funding next time, and then they'll hopefully grow the event, because every new person we bring to Trinidad brings some dollars with them, hopefully, right? Anyway, that's my sort of thing. I think it's a good event. It'd just be nice to see it grow, and maybe if they get that feedback, it may.
Mr. Thurman?
I have no questions. No, I have a question.
No, I agree with doing that, get some better communications. And next year, maybe it'll work out better for them. But yeah, I'm in favor of it.
Nothing wrong.
well, I had a question in that they specified that it's because it does not have any evidence of supporting advertising efforts that extend beyond a 50-mile radius. That's a remnant of the last lodging tax ordinance. That's not in our current ordinance. It doesn't say anything about that. And so while that might be wise, that's not something that I think should be listed as a reason why it's denied, because it's not part of what we are determining. We're looking at, this thing falls into the not only sustainable tourism marketing kinds of issues, but also 10% of the money is to be spent for art and cultural events, programs, and facilities. This falls directly in that category, especially for a city that has an enormous Hispanic population. So I suppose it's neither here nor there, but I just don't like that the people who are basically stepping in for the lodging tax board are applying a criteria that does not any longer have a basis in our ordinance.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I would say that that's what the tourism board was using, so we just carried it over, but I understand totally.
So
And we're, again, advising, should city council want to approve full amount, it's up to you.
So the information on here for additional revenue that they have is they applied for a TCF grant for $2,000 and a Los Angeles County government grant for, is it $1,800? Do you know?
I can't, we
I
couldn't
can't.
decipher that as
So
well.
we don't know if they got those grants. It's neither here nor there. But- And it's, okay. Alrighty, so we're assuming that they didn't get
And I
those.
believe when I interviewed Yolanda and Desiree that they did get the Trinidad Community Foundation too.
For two?
Yeah.
Okay. I have no opinion one way or the other. Cheryl, so we're just right at the beginning of the tourist season, correct?
Correct.
What does that fund look like? Is it,
All payments were due by the 20th. Some entities didn't remit the 6%, they remitted at 3%. So it sounds like they were collecting at 6%, they just didn't report it and pay it. So at this point, we're not sure what the revenue is. Also, it is the first quarter and it's one of the least amount collected quarters. So I don't have that figured off right offhand.
that's good information to have anyway.
Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
I did notice that when I printed this off of our webpage, we don't have a corrected 6% lodging tax. And it has not been increased. It still reads 3% lodging tax in what's on our website.
Okay.
So
Alrighty, thanks. So,
How come that hasn't been initiated?
Well, I mailed letters to everybody.
It
So
hasn't.
mostly everybody has remitted 6%. They just didn't report.
So do we need to change ours?
no.
Obviously, we have to correct.
Up
but
to date it, right?
Yeah, all the lodging people have received letters and
So,
there's just one that
Are you saying the ordinance isn't updated?
yeah, in the
Oh, okay.
online.
online, yeah.
I think part of the problem is I found out just by sheer coincidence that the letters are going to the owners of the business of the hotels and motels, but they are not forwarding them to their accountants.
Mhm.
So that was the problem. That was an accident. I'm not that efficient, I just found it. But I think that being said, I think I'm good at 5, but I need a motion.
I just had a couple more questions if I may. I mean, when you read through it, I think there's good accounting of, past cost and a demonstration of where the money goes. But I did notice the list of officers for the board seemed, I mean, is that two mics or is that
No, it's the same
the same?
person.
I mean, I think probably the huge majority, if not all of us, know the
Yes.
family. I think, they're quality people. But in a situation where we say didn't know the persons, would that be a concern that there's a duplication of the same person for different?
I would imagine.
I mean, and how do we remedy that for this? Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't. Are you saying because Mike Romero serves as the vice president and treasurer that's a problem? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, on a lot of boards that would be considered a real problem.
I don't know.
I mean, it's just an observation, something
Okay.
that we should
Well, it's
be
just-
aware of. But I do think Councilwoman Ogletree, sort of to the other side of that point, made a legitimate point about are we measuring by the standard that you should be measuring by?
You know,
That's it. They've done that in the past.
yeah.
I
You
mean, they've
cannot
never
get
been questioned
volunteers for
before, so-
any
Yeah.
nonprofits anymore,
Yeah.
I mean.
No, it was just a question.
Okay, well, I have a question. What?
Oh, no, just telling you that we both volunteer.
Oh.
I didn't even hear it, so.
It's okay. My sign language is down here.
Their expenses are itemized, their income is not. So what I was wondering is that income just including what they took in on the event itself, or is that including the grant money they got? Because it would be nice to know where they're getting, it's a minor, we're running with the theme of the meeting today, detail, but I mean,
Well, it does set a standard.
Yeah.
That could be something we can ask them, and,
wow, we
or if
don't
we have a
have,
little form.
we don't have time to.
No, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
that, for future reference. if
Well,
we
I
do a
think
form.
they're required to do a financial, aren't they? That being said, I just think we need to be mindful that this is the first quarter of the tourism tax. I don't think it should have been predicated on that either, but I'm going on being conservative with the money for now to see what happens. But I need a motion.
I make a motion that we take care of the bids for $5,000.
Okay, I have Mr. Shu made a motion for $5,000. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. DeBono seconded. Call the vote, please.
DeBono?
Yes.
Shu?
Yes.
Thurman?
Yes.
Trahell?
Yes.
Ogletree?
Yes.
Williamson?
Yes.
Griego?
Yes. Item number 2, consideration of the 2025 Santa Fe Trail Days Festival funding request. They are requesting
Felicia? Fine.
That's 15,000.
Thank you, Mike. Why?
I don't know. Okay, so, Mayor, members of council, for those of you who do not know Felicia, this is Felicia Taves. She works on the second floor in municipal court, and she has been helping us on Santa Fe Trail Days. So, the city of Trinidad proudly hosted the 2024 Santa Fe Trail Festival, welcoming a vibrant mix of vendors, talented performers, and enthusiastic community members and festival goers for a fun, exciting, and memorable celebration.
We put together a quick presentation to recap last year's festival and to showcase the 2025 Santa Fe Trail Days Festival for you guys.
We didn't take a lot of pictures because we were busy, but we got some. So, No, you're good. These pictures were taken right before Al Hurricane Jr. took the stage. And then that was when, during his performance that night.
That was our headliner for last year's events, musical events.
Yes. And then we have a short clip of the dancing crowd. As you can tell, there was a lot of people. Everyone enjoyed it. It was super fun. It was exciting. Everyone enjoyed it, like we said. Let's see. And then we have some pictures to showcase a few of last year's activities. The rock wall
The gyroscope.
and what do you call that? The roper? And then,
The vomit machine.
oh, can you see? I'm standing in the
sorry.
way, sorry. Next slide, please. Some more pictures. We have the dancers, the crowd, a vendor,
The dancers will be back again this year.
which is exciting.
Yes, very exciting.
Next. Then we pulled some posts from Facebook because we had a lot of positive posts about the festival. And you want to go?
Yeah. So the first one we have here is the Green Jay Innovations. And I do want to point out that they will be back again this year.
What did they do?
Huh?
What did they provide?
A lot of like herbal things, some oils and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So we are just, I believe that Kim passed out a piece of paper.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. We highlighted just a couple of things. If you guys want, you can take the time to read them afterwards. But they, one thing, or a couple things that we wanted to point out that he said, City of Trinidad, Colorado, well, thank you for putting on this incredible event and for putting in so much work and effort into making this event was an absolute best. And then they go on to thank the police department, the fire department for ensuring that it was safe. And again, his post was very, very long, but those are just a couple things that we wanted to highlight.
You want to do the next one?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And then Cheryl will go next. Which one? Okay, and then we have Veronica Zalas. If you guys were there Friday night last year, we had an accident. And Veronica's vendor was actually the one that got hit. She had the Turkish lamps. A lot of her stuff did get destroyed and damaged during it. But she was actually the first vendor to sign up again this year.
Because we bought all the stuff.
Do what?
When their stuff was destroyed, who bought them?
I don't think anybody did. I think she just took the damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought that was a good sale day.
Oh, no, I don't think so. But I did want to just point out, again, she wrote a very long, nice post about our festival. But something that stood out to us the most is her saying this festival is at the top of my list for Colorado celebrations, which I think is huge.
Yeah.
She says that she been all over Colorado. The kids' activities were awesome, the entertainment was top notch, and the promoters of the city were organized, professional, and welcoming. And she even goes on to list certain people within our city and thanking them for how they helped her after that accident.
You had the rock wall last year, are you gonna have it this year? Do people have to sign a separate waiver for that?
No, we won't have the rock wall this year.
I mean, or do you have to, did they sign a separate waiver last year?
I don't think that they did, huh? No.
So who's liable if somebody falls?
The Airbound, right, yeah.
The company that we get.
Yeah,
Company?
the Carnival company. Okay.
Let them finish their
I was gonna
process.
say. Okay.
And then we had a post from Alan Castillo, said, it was truly fantastic and brought back so many wonderful memories for so many longtime residents of this community. He applauded the city and its employees for taking pride in which they went about making an, geez, I can't see. an event this size so successful. He also thanks the police department and the sheriff's office for making it a safe place.
And so that was just a citizens post. If you guys go on any of the social media, there was very few negative posts. And if there was anything negative to say, it was about the carnival rides. The prices, not what we charged, but how much we spent for the rides. But everything was so positive with literally anything that anybody posted about our event. So if you guys just have the time to go and check out Facebook for last year's festival posts, they are really nice, very nice.
Okay. Next slide. Okay, so now to 2025 Santa Fe Trail Day Festival. It'll be Friday the 13th and 14th, Saturday the 14th, and we're actually going to set up differently. We're going to be in City Hall parking lot, and Holy Trinity Parish has allowed us to use the field for the kids' rides and carnival games. So that'll be our area right there. If you want to go next. And this is our entertainment lineup for Friday and Saturday. And just a fun fact, Al Hurricane Jr. called me the day after the festival last year to request to come back to Trinidad again. So he's our headliner. And we have our platinum sponsors, and all this entertainment that you see there will be free for our community. Now on to some of the rides that we've chosen for the festival. This is the Mindwinder. It's pretty fun. Adults can ride it with their children.
Yes. Yep, so we think this one would be really good for families. We were very limited. We searched high and low for an actual carnival to come to our festival this year. A lot of the carnivals are booked out 2 to 5 years. Yes, yeah.
But we're still going to try
Yes,
for
yeah, we're trying for next year already.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought, over in Rathville, they have one every year for a fundraiser, have you ever contacted them?
Well, unfortunately.
Because they might be in
Yeah.
the same area.
Well,
So we did. We reached
Oh,
out.
okay. Well, that's good. I mean,
But Raton is having theirs the same weekend as ours.
Oh, okay, because I knew it was pretty much
Yes.
close to the same.
Yeah, yeah. Normally it's the weekend after ours, but unfortunately they fall the same weekend.
SLV, San Luis Valley, also now hosted.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
oh wait.
Yeah, we
all
tried
doing
that.
Santa
okay.
Fe all doing Santa Fe Trail Day
Do what?
celebrations?
Oh no. The only one that we know for sure that was during Santa Fe Trail Fest was the one in Raton. A lot of them, like I said, are booked out 2 to 5 years, or they have a 3-day minimum requirement. And our festival's 2 days, so.
So we might have to step it up.
Yeah.
Next slide, please. We also rented a zip line.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So it stands 28 feet tall, and the zip line is about 200 feet long. So
Wow.
I think
We're hoping that this is like our highlight ride, if you
Yeah.
will.
Is
we
that
could-
adults as well?
It's up to 220 pounds, so
Oh, I'm out.
yeah, yes. So we really think that this will be a big hit, especially for our children.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to focus on a lot this year too, because we have the entertainment for our adults. We're trying to make it so family friendly, and we just want stuff for our kids,
Mhm.
you know, stuff for make them want to come. Yeah.
next slide, please. So this is the 150-foot adrenaline pumping obstacle course that we've rented as well.
That looks cool.
So it's going to be real big on the field.
And
Aaron, you can do this one.
we actually had that one at our company picnic, and it's tough.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, good.
Well, can you remember?
I never got
Did you
it.
not know that?
Like, go ahead. It's fine. No, it's okay. And then we also brought back, next slide, the water slide.
Oh, good.
Because that was
Yes.
super popular.
Yes, yeah, definite fan favorite.
Yep.
Is that the one, the same one that was here?
Yeah.
Okay, that was good, yeah.
Yeah. And then a new thing we brought was our dance song party pit.
Oh, cool.
So
We're
that's
expecting
a really big, that's a big setup too.
Yes, yeah. And we're expecting this one to be another like fan favorite. So we're super excited about the dance pit.
Next slide. So, something new that we're gonna bring to the festival is carnival games. That City Hall employees are building on their own time.
Yes.
We're gonna have a ring toss, football, tire throw, basketball shootout, duck pond, balloon darts, hook toss, and ball in a basket along with a fishbowl toss. So, yeah. And then we've received carnival prizes from Big R and Walmart, so that was nice.
Yes.
And we are also looking for volunteers to run
Yes.
games. If you're interested, it'll be fun.
No pressure.
We have to do a remote at the radio station. So.
Afterwards.
Just take the mic in the booth.
So, we received funding from the Lodging Tax Advisory Board allocating $30,000 in funding to Santa Fe Trail Days. We have received over $27,000 in sponsorships, and we have a shortfall of $11,500. So we're asking council to consider allocating $15,000 from the lodging tax. But we are still getting sponsorships in, so we might not need the full $15,000.
Along with the sponsorships, whatever we receive back from vendor fees, carnival rides, and we will charge for the carnival games, that will go back to
The fund,
whatever we would borrow.
Did we make money last year? Did we?
Yeah. About,
Oh, on like the tickets and that? Is that what you're?
Yeah,
Are-
I mean, were we in the hall or did we come out?
yeah, we weren't.
So we ended up spending 44,000 of lodging tax funds last
Okay.
year. We brought it, so we spent 90,000 on games and all the supplies and everything we needed, and we brought in 50,000, so the difference, we
Okay,
ended up spending
that's what I-
43,000.
Okay.
So, also we wanted to point out that we have our platinum levels, gold and silver. But we have companies, WBS Coding, Architect Group, they're from out of town and they've done the platinum sponsor of $2,500. We actually got a sponsorship from Castle Rock, HEI Civil. It's just not in Trinidad. They're, some of our sponsorships are coming from up north.
Incredible.
Yes, yeah. We've had a lot of our staff working very diligently to help us get some sponsors. But we would really like to highlight Mark and Dave Bacharach, Mark V. Hill and Dave Bacharach, because they've stepped up and helped us a lot getting these sponsors. But we would just like a moment to go through our sponsors. We just feel like they deserve that.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
So on our platinum level, we have Grego Insurance, Edward Jones, Phil Long Toyota, Durand Ventures and Tri-Peak Theaters and Event Center, Architect Group, and WBS Coatings.
And then for our gold level, which is anything over $1,000 or more, we have M&M Repair and Towing, Woody's Furniture, Law Office of Les Downs, Jacobs, Mount Rose, Al's Gas, and HEI Civil.
And our silver levels, under 1,000, we have KRV Counseling LLC, Monet Counseling LLC, the First National Bank in Trinidad, Magnolia Road, Sunset Bar and Grill, Marky Davis State Farm Insurance, Leone's Ready Mix, Black Bear Construction, Black and Beach, Holiday Inn Express, Topar Metro Studio Salon, Century Savings and Loan, TLC Real Estate, Bacharach Livestock, RMS Utilities, First Choice Title and Escrow, CCOM, and Creative District.
And then we have some in-kinds. So Walmart, the Chronicle News, KCRT, Holy Trinity Catholic Parish, and Big R.
Where, is there a list somewhere of what level sponsorship gets what? Where is
It was
that?
on the sponsor form.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Is it on the website? I can
It
get
should-
you a form
Yeah,
and
that'd be
it's
awesome.
the 3 tiers, yeah.
It's on the Facebook page.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I'll get you a copy of that.
So we've had, our community has really come together for our event. They've been very, very generous. We're just all super excited. Very, very excited.
Yes. It's gonna be a great event, even better than last year. And
We hope every year just gets, yeah, bigger and better. Yeah, we're super excited about it.
So how far out do we publicize this?
so we started advertising, we started advertising sponsorship and vendors in, I believe at the end of January. Felicia and I even started calling people. We're like, do you want to be part of Santa Patrol Days? It's a really cool event and.
What I mean is to get people to come to it.
Mileage wise,
Oh.
they're talking.
Like, do we publicize and market this anywhere outside of Trinidad?
So,
Yes.
it'll be in New Mexico, on social media. Audra posted a bunch of flyers.
KCR.
She's down there, KCRT.
We have radio advertisement going down to Albuquerque. Where does it stop?
Maybe a little bit past Santa Fe.
It just seems like this is a really important time to invite everybody who lives in this
Right.
area, the outlying counties and stuff, because
We're actually gonna, try and do an insert in the utility bills.
Destination.
Get all of that info out, because that's what we did last year. We had to,
the other question I had was about insurance. Do we make sure that the companies that we're bringing in have insurance?
Yes.
Okay. I have a story that I remember from years ago at the bouncy castle that flew off into a major intersection.
Oh my gosh.
It was a very windy day and they had no insurance. The children were very badly injured, so
Oh my gosh.
just glad we make sure.
Well,
that that's
Airbound is the company that we used last year too, so Audra has worked with them.
Eli, do you have any question?
No, thank you for bringing this again. Trying to say it on the radio every day,
It's good.
Yeah.
2 or 3 times a day.
Good job.
Yeah, we're working our butts off.
I know you messaged me like months ago, can you start voicing this, airing this for your sponsorships and your levels and everything?
So you advertise in San Luis Valley, don't you?
Oh, yeah, Alamosa,
so-
Alamosa, Wolf Creek Pass, Del Norte, Monte Vista, San Luis, and in New Mexico all the way down to Wagon Mountain, or Logan, depending where the line of sight is. There's no obstruction.
So that's pretty far reaching.
We have to do translators, so
Okay.
got a good signal.
So we do,
Good.
yeah.
It's warming out there and this is going to be fun.
Yes.
That's right. Tell all your friends and family.
Frank, do you have any questions?
No, just, good job.
Thank you.
Is the tourism department helping with this with that destination night here? Because they're supposed to be
Yes.
way further, so they are advertising, so we are getting a big
Yes.
reach.
You sent the flyer to Marty, so it should be up on that
Okay.
website.
And I look forward to it. You gave up my birthdays to volunteer for you, so
appreciate
so
it.
I will be there, and I am looking forward to it. It is something I look forward to every single year, and I am so glad you guys are putting the work into it. Got a way bigger crew than my other group, so.
Oh, we're trying.
So you guys do a great job. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, guys. Is it gonna be a Dunk the Clown situation there? It's my favorite.
Not the favorite council.
Favorite big. No.
Hey, don't start something like
We
that.
had a duck tank on the list, but by the time we went to reserve it, it was taken.
Oh,
So you
good.
guys got off the hook.
But we have an engineer on staff.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Mr. Williamson.
So, man, there's a lot I want to say about this, but in 2019 at Evergreen, where I work, we put on a, were you there for that? 2019? Anyway, the one by the river with a huge tent.
Yeah.
Well, in my mind, I mean, it was similar to this event in the sense of it had a lot of moving parts. We did catering. It takes a lot. It is a lot of effort to put on something like this. So we did it for 300 people, much less you do it for the whole town. So I wanted to say thank you so much for all of the work that all of city staff everywhere is doing for it, because, you know, it's a lot of extra work. It truly is a labor of love. And, you know, I remember last year all the accolades that came out of it. You know, you brought some, I know City Council appreciated it, but it seems to me that it's indicative of something that is picking up speed and becoming better. Like you guys are already planning presumably 2 years from now. So that's awesome. Keep up the good work. I think that, you know, in so many ways, as I think back on this, lots and lots of people are looking forward to it. I think it's absolutely imperative, and it's already been said, so this is just restating it. Please, let's verify that this has been given disseminated destination IQ. The more out of community participation we can get, the better it is for, you know, the town in the sense of sales, hotel rooms, all of those things, and it's becoming a real draw. I mean, you can advertise to Pueblo, say free, you know, music, dancing. Man, people are going to come for that. We really got to capitalize on that. But thank you guys very much. I'm fairly confident there's a yes vote up here.
Well, you haven't heard from me.
Well, she's just a tiebreaker. Don't worry about it.
She's just sad Roberto Greco's not on there. So.
Yeah. You know, laugh now. You know, there's the naysayers will say, you know, we shouldn't be spending that kind of money on a festival, but over the years, Trinidad has lost a lot of community events. Some of them were dwindled down to a fraction of what they used to be. So if we have an opportunity to build up this event, to make it a primo, it's gonna take years. Nothing worthwhile is done overnight. But I think it's a quality of life issue. I mean, I heard no negative about this event last year, so.
Well, this could be the city event.
Yes.
The only city.
Well, you know what you guys need to do? You need to put in there somewhere that you all are volunteering your time. I can't believe the number of hours all of you did last year. I mean, you were here. I mean, you know what they say, your help is as good as what you pay for it, so we didn't pay anything for you guys.
That's the exception.
That's the, okay, this is, no, seriously though, you get what you pay for it. You guys put your heart and soul in it last year, and I really appreciate that, so.
Well, we love planning
Yes,
stuff.
we're excited.
Okay, I need a motion to,
So moved.
Second.
Thank you guys.
Okay, wait.
Oh, wait.
No, you're good. Who made the motion? I'm sorry.
Williamson, Trujillo seconded.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Do we post these in our windows?
Yeah, you can. We have to still go out and start circulating them, so. DeBono?
Yes.
Shu?
Yes.
Thurman?
Yes.
Sherhill?
Yes.
Ogletree?
Yes.
Williamson?
Yes.
Griego?
Yes. Okay, the final item on our special meeting is consideration of the state revolving fund application for design and engineering. Who's Mr. Chatterley?
Mayor, council, in your council communication, there was information regarding the SRF process. As most of you, I hope, are aware, we are pursuing some state revolving funds for the moving forward of the river visioning plan. As part of that process, there is the opportunity, as we pursue that, that there is funding available for engineering and design. That would be available after the P&A or the project needs assessment. It is $300,000. The state refers to it as a grant, but it's actually a 100% principal forgiveness loan. So they run it as a loan so they can avoid the granting process. It makes it a whole lot easier. It is, so to explain it, if we were to not pursue the loan, we decide not to go for the loan, this money is still available, but it would then have a city match that we would have to put towards that. So it would be $240,000, and then the city would have to match $60,000. If we were to sign on the loan, then that $60,000 is forgiven, and it's wrapped up into the loan, and we don't have, the city gets that back, basically. So that's where it becomes $300,000 without a match. And that, I'm gonna run that through that one more time just to make sure that, that it's clear. So, after the project needs assessment, which is the process where the state determines what our project is, what the needs are, there's an opportunity for this $300,000 in funding from the state. They refer to it as a grant. It's a 100% principal forgiveness loan, so it's basically free money. There is really no, and I've asked this several times, what is the criteria, how do we apply for it? And they're just like, once you finish the project needs assessment and the funding is available, we offer it to you. Which we've all looked at each other kind of cross-eyed, but that's what we've gotten back from the state several times. So we spend that $300,000 to $240,000 of the state's money, $60,000 of our money. If we sign on the loan and move forward with the SRF, we owe nothing. That $300,000 is to us from the state. If we decide not to sign on the loan, we're like, well, we've gone through this, we've done the project needs assessment, we've done the money, and we decide, you know what, state, thanks, but no thanks, we owe the state $60,000. So we still get $240,000 free.
And what exactly can we do with the money?
Great question. We can do, it is retroactive, so we can use those funds to pay for costs we've already incurred based on what the project needs assessment is, so we can pay for our legal fees that we've incurred on trying to acquire the unknown properties along the river, which there's about 6 different parcels that we're working on to acquire. We can pay for those fees, we can pay for appraisals, we can pay for, and the state's like, you give it to us if you think it's eligible and we'll let you know. So we can go retroactive, and I said, well, how far back can we go? They've had projects where they've gone back 11 years and have paid for expenses they've incurred 11 years prior to receiving the loan, the funds. So they said if it can remotely be tied to the project, it would be eligible for the funding. So, not to sell it to you guys, but even if we decide not to do the loan, $240,000 for $60,000 is a pretty good deal.
Okay. Questions? Let me start with you.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do that.
Okay.
So this is not a too good to be true situation. This is something that you're assured that we're not going to, as long as we sign a loan at some point down the road, we won't even lose the 60 that we're putting towards it.
Right, you sign the loan, that 60 gets absolved, and it's we're all good.
And we don't have to put it to things in the past, we also can put it to things in the future.
Absolutely. It can be, as long as it can be directly tied to the project itself in some type of property acquisition, appraisal, surveys, however that works, they'll do it.
All right, thank you.
Sounds good, Jared, as long as there's no strings attached and there's not a loan shark ideology behind it.
Mr. Valentine and I have both had,
I've sat in Zoom meetings pretty seriously and said, wait a minute,
Yeah.
something's not right here. And it's like, nope, this is a pot of money that they use to help projects move along and get through their process, so.
Did you ask if they have any more pots of money?
Right, right.
Any similar pots of money?
like the leprechauns, a little stash of gold somewhere, lots of money.
Get 120 to get 600.
Mr. Shu, do you have any?
No, I make a motion and we do it.
Mr. Chairman.
Just clarification on this, so the 60, where does the 60,000, where are we taking it from?
They're not.
Well, we have to start, we have to write them a check first, right?
That's you, Cheryl.
Cheryl, step to the back.
Cheryl, step to the back.
We do have the Riverwalk funds
Okay.
that we have, so it's a dance if we go forward with engineering that we have this kind of, we gain 240 for the 60, so that's where it would be, out of that line item.
As long as we got the money for it, I see, yeah. Cool, that's all I have.
I mean, it sounds a little sketch. That's just me, because, but I don't know how this money works, where somebody give them 60 and then they give you 300,000 and then you get to do whatever you want. Attached. I'm down to do it, but I'm just saying.
We have both,
And y'all, did you do diligence?
a lot of us have just said,
Yeah, we have, and it's tied to the
Aaron,
project needs assessment, so they're looking at our
Mayor.
project.
Yes.
it sounds good, but it sounds, I like it, let's do it. Let's go.
Doesn't sound squeamish.
I'm getting everybody who's told me their addresses, so if it gets them sideways, we'll know where to
I'm
go
down
get
to
them.
do it, let's do it, man. I just sound too good to be true.
I'm sorry. You
Go
done?
ahead, I'm good.
All right. What is the source of the state revolving funds? Like, where is that funded from? Do we know?
It is federal funding that comes from, if I understand correctly, the EPA.
That's a good question.
And actually, there's different avenues of where those pots of money go to. So there's like different sources of state revolving funds. We're using some right now for the rehabilitation of the water tank. But this is a different avenue, a different track, but same funding, different pot.
I do have a
So-
question. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Is it a way to be denied from not getting the funds?
The only way we would be denied is if they do not have the funds to allocate. They don't have the money, and they let us know that up front. So they'd be like, all right, go spend all this money, and then, oh, guess what, now you don't have it. No,
Okay.
they let us know.
So, if we choose to go forward with this, and it seems like the consensus is probably yes. If we choose to go forward with it and we get through the project needs assessment portion and then decide not to do it, what happens to $60,000? I know you explained several times and it's a me problem, I wasn't getting.
So we would then be on the hook for that $60,000 match.
And then at that point, because we didn't proceed with it, we're getting nothing in return. We basically give them $60,000.
No, so we would get the $240,000.
Nobody said if we denied.
If we don't sign on the SRF loan, so this is all prior to signing on the SRF loan.
Oh, okay, I understand now. All right, thank you. If finally registered. Then you've mentioned several times the project itself, but as of right now, we don't have a particular project identified.
So with the project, that's kind of what the project needs assessment does. Because the basic project is to move forward the river visioning, property acquisition, total river development.
So I just want to make sure that that's clear. Our intention is to use this towards the project vision development.
In certain aspects, because of the funding, it cannot go completely to, it can't pay for park benches, it can't pay for a trail, but it can pay for water improvement infrastructure, those different kind of water quality, because it is a water quality SRF loan.
Okay,
So-
that's clarifying to
Okay.
me. I have no further questions.
You had me at 300,000. No, I've talked to, is it Chris Wolf?
Chris Wolf from Quantified Ventures.
Yes, and I've talked to Jeff Shoemaker, and it seems like there's a lot of excitement about our Riverwalk. And it seems like this might be one step in a bunch of many steps that we get grant money. I mean, you know, I know money's tight, I keep saying that, I think about it every day, but we have committed to this river walk project, and I think it's going to be an investment for future generations. Maybe immediate future generations or not so much, but I think it's just going to be an improvement for the city of Trinidad in more ways than one. So we've committed to this. It was on in our strategic planning. It was listed as a priority. So that being said, I think we need to move forward. Okay, I need a motion.
So moved.
Aaron Williamson and Neiman. Call the vote, please.
DeBono?
Yes.
Shu?
Yes.
Thurman?
Yes.
Trahell?
Yes.
Ogletree? Yes. Williamson?
Yes.
Griego?
Yes.
Thank you, Beth. Mayor, council, appreciate your time.
Thank you. Wait. I didn't adjourn yet.
I'm just closing my door.
Well, don't, no, I'm messing with you. This will be the last meeting that Mr. Valentine is going to be with us.
No. I'll be here next Tuesday,
But not in this.
sitting in the audience. As we transition.
Okay,
I'll
no,
be
I
here for the
understand,
meeting,
but this is your official last, yes?
Last
With
hurrah.
council?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
That being said, I want to just personally thank you, and I'm sure council will too, for stepping up yet again to help us transition from one city manager to another. You know, I can't see the outcome of the continuity of this city going forward with governance if you hadn't stepped up and said, I will be able to do this. And you know, I've worked with you for 8 years, and you're a man of good integrity, and I trust everything you do. And I felt very confident that we were going to muddle through this interim stuff with you at the helm. So personally, thank you, Mike.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, and did what I could. And
Yes, you did.
hopefully-
You could have been up there on Santa Fe Trail just doing your thing, and you decided to come down here and do us crazies.
It's time to plant the garden now.
I see.
Thank you so much. That being said, we
Thank
have
you.
a motion to adjourn.
It was a
What's that?
Jimmy,
Yeah.
second,
Second.
call the vote, please.
DeBono?
Yes.
Trahell?
Yes.
Ogletree? Yes. Shu?
Yes.
Thurman?
Yes.
Williamson?
Yes.
Griego?
Yes.